if we fix the y transform, which post rotate is the x, we'll be okay. Okay, this is where this becomes important. I want the minimum to be on the bottom, so that means I have to do negative pi, like that. That means this is going to flip. Fuck. Yeah, this is going to flip this 90 degrees, 180 degrees. So I need to negate that. Okay, let's first verify that this is true. This flips things 180 degrees. So that needs to be negative. And yes, as you can see, that's true. Next thing I want to do is take this guy. Alright, so okay, now we are dealing with going this way. So this positive x, becomes the up direction. We want it to go down the x. So we want negative x. Alright, it might be as simple as that. Which would be nice, but yeah. Check it out. Along the left side. Okay. Let's start to use some variables like float, slider, length. Let's just use length because it's independent of width and height. A little bit more neutral. So we'll call the length, for now, call it this, times 0.75. Okay, so now we put that there, then we put that there, that. Now this should be flush to the top, if I'm mistaken. We should get a slider like right here, but it shouldn't go all the way to the bottom. It should be stuck on the top. And it's not running, so there's a parse error. Where is that parse error? Alright, so we need a semicolon. That's true. Thank you. Okay, so there we are, just like we said. We need to push it down a bit. It looks like 0.7 is still pretty big. Maybe you want 0.5, 0.6. Anyway, we don't have to worry about these magic numbers because we're going to calculate the center. Okay, so after we've done that translate, rotate negative 90 degrees means positive x in the transform equals down, down, down in view, positive y in transform equals, we have to look at this little form. So now y, positive y looks like that, goes down, so it means going to the right. Right. And that's not right. Positive x now equals up. Right? Positive x equals up. This goes upwards. Yeah. Which is why we use negative negative here. Because we want down and to the left. Okay. Alright, so now we are a little bit high. Our bar is right here. We want to go down a little bit. So that means, if we look at our nice little chart, we want negative x. So we put a minus sign there, and we want to go down. Yeah, we'll just do it again, even though we can refactor later. Slider length. This is a little hard. Float view height. This is starting to be less about filter view controller, so we might move this out. View height minus slider length divided by 2 is what we want. Okay, so this should get us transformed right in the middle, as we will soon be able to see. More or less, right? The thing's not balanced perfectly, but as far as the view goes, top and bottom are more or less equal. Even though it doesn't look like it, yeah, maybe it's a little off. It looks... yeah, it looks a little off to me. But, you know, it's actually okay. We can touch that up later. Right. So that's good. We also could use going a little bit over, so we're not completely flush to the edge, because people don't want to touch the edge, the very edge. So moving over to the right means positive y. So that should be plus, just a little bit. And this is pixels we're talking about, so we can just do like, I don't know, k, like slider height, how about? Divided by 2. We don't even need those parens, but it won't hurt. And now we can just jump the gun and do this. For the other guy, slider number 2, we want to translate all the way over to the right. So that means positive y, just like we have here, except, yeah, we take the width. This looks good to me. Let's try that. Looks like we have the right idea, just the initial transform was wrong. So I'm glad to see this might work after all. Yep, and the text actually works, which is great. See, you probably can't see it so well, but there's text that's now vertical. We didn't have to do anything because the transform takes care of that. And the values still work. I can apply the effect. And they correspond to the sliders. Yeah. So this is a little feat. This is one of those times where it's worth taking a sip of your chai latte. and hitting the drawing board, or at least committing. Good time to review and commit. See if this is good, because you can see if there's something you need to factor. Damn it, I forgot to put in that proxy. But it's fairly separated, I think, right? That proxy is separate. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the, what's that? Effect entity. Git commit -m fire on have effects use fire on audio buffer instead of directly out of their position. Yeah, a little hard to understand, but anyway, next one is make sliders vertical using CG transforms. Alright, so now we actually have a fairly different looking GUI in just a few hours. And we did by 11, which was the promised time, just barely. Looks like I'm only going to code for 30 more minutes. Time flies when you're writing code. Is that how the saying goes? I can't quite remember. But we're pretty much set up as far as screen layout goes. What I want to do next is start redrawing those sliders. They're in the right place. So when I'm redrawing it, I'm drawing it as though it were horizontal, because the transforms take care of all that magic for me. One thing that will kind of suck is that symmetrical thing we should probably start thinking about. See, this uses a symmetrical thing. It might be unnecessary, but if you look at our, you can't really see the text, but maybe you can. See, the text is like right above the, yeah, you can barely see it. It has the value of the parameter and the name of the parameter for each effect. They're both on the left side, and it doesn't have this mirror effect, this symmetrical mirror. That would be nice. I mean, everything else is fairly symmetrical. Okay, let's just mock it up and see what it looks like both ways. So this is symmetrical. I need to clear some space. Yeah, we don't need all that stuff, so let me get the eraser. How do you do that? Go back, like, go. Oh, yeah, I don't need any of that. Alright. Sorry. Oops. Alright. So, get the pencil now. Okay, top will be the gray menu bar. Yeah. And then it's actually not the right. The bottom will be the purple thingy. Yeah. Let's do effects. And those. The sides will be this bar. So if it's not symmetrical, it's going to look like this.